This week we're going to highlight trends in November soybean futures and then turn our attention to Brazil, where we're seeing much improved weather conditions for those beans, particularly in northern parts of the country. And we're going to wrap things up with a review of exports here in the U.S. Hi, this is Brian Bastine with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved in the middle of December here, and of course it's time for the holidays in the U.S., but it's a critical time for beans in Brazil. We'll get to that in a moment. We're going to start out looking at trends in November soybean futures. Now, November beans here as we tape here on Tuesday have dropped. They're down to $10.80 a bushel. This is a reminder how critical it is to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement even up until that time of the crop insurance price that's established in February. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. Now, beans are planted in Brazil north to south. Mato Grosso here, we've highlighted in the north, is the main producing state. About 26% of the crop is produced in Mato Grosso. Now, this is what we highlighted recently, 2 weeks ago, how dry it was. Now, look what we've highlighted here, the topsoil and the high topsoil. Very dry, highlighted by those red bars. Now, 2 weeks later, though, we're looking at a big change. Look at that topsoil moisture over the last 14 days. Very little now of that bean crop in Brazil is dry. That moisture came just at the right time, and we've seen the bean market, of course, in January futures drop over $1 a bushel, fueled by a number of factors, but definitely improving weather in Brazil is one of those. Let's now take a look at planting progress and crop development in Brazil. Now we're looking here, we highlighted Mato Grosso again in the north. We're looking at filling pods. Nationwide, about 18% of those beans are filling pods. The vast majority of those are in Mato Grosso. So we're looking at very much improved weather conditions, and we're looking at, as you move north to south, planting is really wrapping up. So weather during the remaining part of December here and January will be critical to monitor. With that in mind, let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Starting out here looking at rainfall through Saturday of this week. Again, focusing on those beans are most advanced in the north. A lot of rain in the north, 2 to 4 inches here through Saturday. Moving ahead to next week, the 22nd to the 28th. More rainfall across the southern areas here. Now let's look at the next 14 days. Add up the next 14 days. We've highlighted Mato Grosso there. Mostly normal. Again, nearly in an ideal pod set and pod fill weather at this time. In the south, actually very wet. So no real weather scare as such in Brazil at the moment. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in exports. Now, soybean exports, of course, for this 25-26 crop year are off to a slow start. That's because of the absence of China. Look at those last 3 years. The red bar depicts China. China has lifted, on average, over the last 3 years, nearly 560 million bushels. There's a tiny sliver now for 25-26. China lifted 7 million bushels in the latest week. So that'll be very important moving forward to see if China continues to buy U.S. soybeans and continues to lift those beans if the market is to achieve that USDA forecast for 25-26. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'd be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. And this is our last taping here prior to Christmas. I want to take this time to wish you and your loved ones a Merry Christmas. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.